Now is the time that we are going to remove the back straps on both sides. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do that.
That's right, back straps. You guys have heard this word time and time again when it comes to your venison, and that's that prized chunk of meat that we cut the chops off right along the spine right here. So what Seth's doing is he's you know, if you've ever filleted a fish, you kind of know what he's doing. He's keeping his knife right along the bone, and he's running it right along the edge of that back strap, and he's actually going pretty far up in here to the neck, because that muscle, every one of these muscles has a cousin, has a neighbor that lives next door, and so you can kind of just follow it all the way up until you'll find that it sort of just runs out. So he's made a cut across the spine here, all the way over to the edge where his knife actually stops against the bone. So he's made sort of that horizontal cut. Now he's making that vertical cut, and if done correctly, this is going to come just like a fillet would come out of a fish. He's going to pull that out. And I'm telling you, this is the prized piece of venison. Obviously, we talked about those tenderloins being such a delicacy, but there's just not a lot of it. However, you've got a beautiful 4 or 5 pound chunk of venison here that's going to be some amazing eating. So we're not done with this yet. We've extracted from the carcass. We do like to do a little bit more sort of cleanup work on it, so that way when you go and put it on your plate, all the work is done and you can enjoy that eating experience. Or if you've got your wife or your parents over for a nice dinner, you're not sort of watching them jerk a piece of sinew out of their mouth, because that's a really unpleasant eating experience. And a lot of this so-called processing or prep work is going to just lead to a really enjoyable experience at the plate. And so obviously that's our end goal, is we want to actually remove some of the stigma, I guess if you will, about eating venison that maybe got attached to it with sort of improper handling. If this venison is to the point that we've already got it at, we already know that it's going to be an amazing eating experience, just based on the fact that it was a quick, humane kill, that it was, we sort of did that dry aging where we hung the carcass for a period of, I think we've got, what do we got on this carcass, Seth?
7 days.
7 days. So with a buck, if you can get those 7 days, it's simply going to be amazing. I can tell just from experience looking at this venison that we've already done a lot of our really, so to speak, the good magic has already happened, and we're just going to kind of complete that process. So we're going to take these back straps, we're going to set them aside, and we're going to show you how to clean them up and cut them into some beautiful chops in the next series.
All right, guys, we want to talk about one of the most sought after pieces in any wild game, and that is the back strap. We're going to show you how to trim this out, remove the silver skin or the sinew off the back, and turn this into an amazing, amazing cut. We're going to go ahead and get started. First of all, if you start on this side, you can see here where this muscle can separate, and I can actually do it with my hands here. Just a little bit of help with a knife. Go ahead and separate that muscle. Continue working it down. This piece will get turned into trimmings, which Scott's going to work on. One very, very important step with trimming out this back strap is there's this real thick piece of spinal sinew right here. You want to take, very first thing, you want to cut this off. Just go ahead and down along the whole side of the back strap and just remove that thick piece of sinew. Some people will save this sinew. They'll make traditional bowstrings and things like that. If that's something you do, these are some great pieces to save. So now that I have that thick piece of sinew removed off this edge, what I'm going to do is go ahead and start at the thick end of this back strap, not the small end. I'm going to start at the thick end. And we're going to remove the silver skin off the back of this back strap. What I like to do is make a first initial cut all the way down to the silver skin, but not through it. And it'll actually give you a little piece to kind of hang your fingers on too. Starting with your knife, you can slowly work your knife down that back strap, removing this silver skin in a pretty quick fashion.
One trick that Seth's using, if he misses a spot, it's tapered. He can turn his knife over and work against, or away from him. Just sort of catch right underneath that and peel that off. Like I said earlier, oftentimes you can use the fish filleting method when you're working at separating a small piece of tissue.
So what you see here is a back strap where the silver skin of the sinew has been removed off the back. Everything's been removed off the side, and we'll go ahead and start cutting this into chops. Typically what we do is we cut them about 1.25 inches thick. And what you have right there is a beautiful venison backstrap, boneless deer chop. Some of these can be butterflied, and what you would do in that scenario is just go ahead and cut it about twice as thick as one of these, and then you'll cut it down the middle, but not cutting all the way through, and go ahead and just open it up into a butterfly chop. And we'll just finish this out all the way down. So what you're left with is some amazing venison boneless chops.
And like we mentioned earlier, by removing all of the sinews or silver skin, when you put these on the plate, they're going to be ready to go and turn out absolutely awesome.
I'm going to go ahead and just keep working here. We'll go ahead and do the second one. The first one went pretty quick, so I think we can get this one done in the same fashion. And I'll show you a technique on this next one that I don't know if too many guys are doing. So you can see just that one swipe, that removes almost all of that silver skin off that back. Beautiful, clean Ohio whitetail backstrap. So what we're going to do now is we're going to prepare this for a cut that we like to do that is a butterflied backstrap that you fill with whatever you wish. It could be feta cheese and peppers and onions. It could be cream cheese and jalapenos. You could do one of each. You could do whatever flavor cheese you want. And I'll go ahead and show you how to prep that now. First thing I like to do is we're going to go ahead and cut this in thirds. And we're going to use the thickest portion of this backstrap to do that. So we're going to use these two pieces. This one might be a little bit more difficult because it is small. We're going to go ahead and add this one to our chops. But what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and butterfly these, and I'll show you how to do that now. Placing your hand on the top of this backstrap, you want to make a cut as close to the table as you can without actually cutting through the meat. And what you want to do is just continue to roll this out as you're cutting. Just continue rolling it. And what you can imagine here is like a pumpkin roll, kind of the same procedure, and just continue to roll this out. Depending on how thick the backstrap is going to depend on how many times you can do this. Looks like we're gonna go ahead and get about four rolls out of this. So as you can see here, go ahead and square it up a little bit. This piece can get filled with whatever you want to put in it, and then you fill it and simply roll it up and then tie it, and your contents will be in the center. So there's one. We'll go ahead and do the other one here too. If you do happen to cut through it, it's not a real big deal. There'll just be a little hole there. You might have a little cheese or something leak through it, but it's not the end of the world. Slowly working this out. And open it up like so. And bam. Perfect.
There you have it, folks. You're going to enjoy this portion of your venison, that's for sure.
So as you can see, you'd probably never guess that that was a venison backstrap, and guarantee you those are going to be amazing.